Hey everybody, welcome back. Today, day 6 of our journey here. I've kind of just woke up. The sun will be coming up pretty soon. I kind of camped out there on the little slope there, and I'm now heading over to the Shire. Now I noticed that Hammer's Rest actually during the night set up a bunch of the charcoal piles over there, and has a bunch of that burning. But we're going to cruise on over here. I'm already noticing a statue of some sort out there. Let's see, can't quite highlight that yet. Got some boats and some larger buildings there, so we'll kind of stop in and check that out. I'm looking at the map here. It looks like it's got a little inlet here, and we can see some terraforming that's occurred over on the other side. Taking a closer look at the map, trying to see. I don't see a road leaving their place. It's pretty much this little spot here. Now I definitely want to go in this house, this big structure in the back. You can see how tall the roof is, which makes me think that there's a pretty wide open room in there. I don't know that it will be unlocked necessarily, but maybe we'll get lucky and get to go inside. So these two buildings, I'm thinking these might be piers of some sort. What kind of buildings? Oh, okay, there's actually like a dock area next to them. Let's actually turn and pull up right here. Well, he seems to have a pretty good view here at the Shire. Got the building here. I'm assuming this is for building boats. It looks like there's one inside, maybe even some storage. I saw a couple of those in there as well. Lots of dirt, lots of activity here. If we look south, we are looking approximately, according to the map anyway, looking at Salem is out in that direction. I think that's right. Let me step out here a little bit farther. Yeah, it should be Salem out there. So let me go back up here, kind of cruise inside this thing. Now I've been talking to Eridon, and he was kind of floating by, and I shouted thinking that he might be here. But he said he's actually at Thunder Bay, and he's the one that dug out the canal that we passed through earlier, so that was pretty cool. He said that was quite the undertaking. He was very happy to have that done. Sounds like he might be changing the settlement name too to Canal City? Sorry, I forgot what you said it was called, or going to be called, but anyway, that would make sense, right? You got the giant canal there, so here we go. We got the big roof. Like I mentioned, from outside it looked like it was probably a large open area, and sure enough it is. We got a number of beds in here. That's cool. Not much else. A bunch of stools. Somebody's getting their fine carpentry up, I guess. Let's see, we got a coffin there in the corner. Okay, actually, you know what? I don't know if I've seen one of these. Can you open these? I'm assuming you can. You got some long... Oh, I like how that opens. That's cool. Alrighty, we'll leave that there. Let's go back down here. More storage. Got the horses in here. Now let's see. We're going to step out. He's got a building over here. I'm wondering if this is an accidental yoke. You see a lot of those around. I've definitely done that myself. Nothing in here really, just kind of flat on top. That's cool. And then there is an area up here. I'm not sure if I can go in the gate. But it looks like it's a pretty small area anyway. Yeah, locked up. Horses, you got the wagon. Lots of horses, actually. That's cool. You got the farm going on. And perhaps more up top coming in. And obviously got the guard tower. So really not a whole lot going on here, but not a bad setup. You got the cedars here. Looks like he's got some other trees planted, perhaps. And again, I love the view. I love the inlet here, kind of leveling all of this out. This is a pretty cool setup. But I think we're going to cruise back to the boat and continue on our journey. I'm looking back on Salem. There's a road that goes up there, and saw some stone walls, probably some kind of larger structure up there. But I decided I would actually follow the shore along the north part of this inner sea, and so the next settlement up here is just Lost is what it's called. And so anyway, it actually, the settlement shows it's back off of the water a bit, although I think the designation, the squares for these are not, I think they're always square on the map, even though they can be very rectangular, so it could extend all the way down to the water. But anyway, we're going to cruise over here. Additionally, just kind of, well, east to us really, but we will be passing it to the south. There's an island here that's been fully flattened out, and you'll have to forgive me, I forgot the story. I believe that's for PvP stuff. I believe that was set up previously when the server was set up, so I might check that out because it's very large. If you look at the map, look for the big square green thing, and that is what is up on the right. So anyway, I may check that out, but let's kind of cruise by here. According to the map, Lost is pretty small, just a small spot. We got a lot of statues here. Check that out. That is a very cool statue. Very nice indeed. Small structure on there. Kind of got the spot right on the water. So I think I'm going to follow this around. We've got a number of settlements along the coast, just basically running the coast along the north, and then eventually it cuts down south. And once you get down there a ways, you would hit Spectre, and we're going to kind of head in that direction and see what we can find here. I'm looking over at the map now. There's a couple settlements in particular I want to check out, mostly due to their size, and I've seen people talking about them. One is Bad Boy Industries. That's I believe that's going to be this landmass almost straight ahead of me, slightly to the right. And then south of that, southeast of that, is Keep on the Borderlands, which I really want to check out. Looks pretty interesting as far as the map goes, what we can see on the map. So I definitely want to take an up-close look at that. You can see the road kind of embedded in the hill over there, and obviously all kinds of trees. This might be kind of a rough spot to try and pull up and make a settlement, but it is between two settlements that aren't terribly far apart, and then obviously they've got their road going on there, but lots of cedar trees. And let's see, it kind of goes into another form of trees over there, and I'm not really sure what kind those are. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to detour down to this. You can see just how huge this is. So I'm kind of wanting to get close to it and see if there's any indication, if there's any kind of language or text in the event tab, essentially, that gives you any kind of information about what's going on over here. But again, if I recall correctly, this is related to some PvP stuff you can do here on the PvE map. There may be events that take place here. I think that's the case, but I haven't really followed that since I've come to the Mythmoor server. I've been really focused on just building, just creating things and building and getting Weemdale going. This is my first actual, well, I'd say my first excursion, but obviously I've run around a lot of the map on foot, but I was really focused on just finding a place to settle in and not paying attention to anything else. So anyway, we're going to get an up-close look at this, and if it is PvP related, I think we'll probably be okay, because I would imagine there's no one out here, and if there is, it's probably very few people, unless I happen to be timing things just right with something going on here, but I doubt it. Okay, I don't have any text yet in the event tab. We're just going to go ahead and kind of park this here. Wait a second. Got combat, okay. It's like, let me make sure I'm not getting attacked. Okay, so here we go. We've set foot here. I'm just going to go ahead and climb this hill. There is some kind of pier, like kind of flattened out area laid out there. Well, let's climb this thing. Now, looking at the map, you can see that there definitely was an island out here, and then, you know, this was added to it, or perhaps it was taller mountains and it was flattened out, but there you go. Pretty wide open area. No structures out here, and that may be fully intentional. Maybe you can't place anything out here. Wide open, and there are a lot of animals here. This would actually be the place to go, right? You could see really far. You could really hand pick things out here. You got a sheep, and I'm not seeing any aggressive mobs. I don't see any spiders or scorpions or any of those kinds of things. I would expect to see something here. There you go. You got the large statue, a rare one, in fact. Kind of glowy out there. But otherwise, grass as far as you can see. So I think we'll just go ahead and go back. I was really hoping there'd be some kind of text or event here that I would see that would give me some more information, but probably someone will answer that in the comments. So if you are curious about that, scroll down and see if somebody has mentioned that in the comments. If I find out a little bit more information about it, more specifics, then I will throw that down in there as well, probably in the description. Okay, well, I'm pulling into Bad Boy Industries. Again, this is one of the ones on the map that I wanted to check out, and I've been talking just briefly with Deidre here, who is the owner of this place. Is the mayor, in other words. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to park the boat, run up the hill, and see what's going on up here. So right away we got a slab road going up the hill, and then another cobblestone path going off in that direction. There is another settlement near here called Silverglade. It's kind of over in that direction. And one of the first things I notice is you've got the timbered wall buildings, but that you've got the stone fence up there at the top, right? Oh, parapet, right? That looks pretty cool. It's very different, right? You normally you don't see things like that. So there's Deidre running through here, renowned chainsmith. So I'm actually going to talk to Deidre a bit and get some info, a little bit of background on Bad Boy Industries. Alrighty, well, this is quite the view up here, standing up over the farm. We've got Bad Boy Industries laid out here. We've got some pens and large building. Again, I really like the top of that. It's kind of weird having the stone on top of the wood, I suppose, from a support standpoint, but that doesn't really matter, right? It looks kind of cool. It almost looks like a crown, like somebody wearing a crown. I don't know if I can access that yet. He mentioned that I could access the mine, though. And I could come in this door here, so let's do that. I think there was one other thing I had access to. I don't remember what it was, so let's see this. I haven't seen the mine yet. Okay, get the statue right up front, and this angles down. Most mines seem to just kind of go straight in, so this is kind of cool. Got a lot of this dug out, very well lit in here. This goes down. I'm kind of curious. I'm always curious about down. How far down do people like to go? Got a forge there. Wow. There is a lot of mining going on here. I'm going to actually back out of here. I don't intend on kind of following that everywhere. Let's get back up here. So I've been talking to Deidre, as I mentioned. He's been talking about some of the stuff he's doing here. One of the things I found really interesting was that unlike a lot of other people who have been, very productive and could be selling and doing a lot of commerce, essentially, participating in that, a lot of them don't. They kind of trade for stuff or just kind of help people out or trade for favors, things like that. But Deidre here is actually doing really well, he said, through commerce, primarily selling armor. And it was studded, I believe, leather or chain, something like that. I could look back through the chat, but it was something along those lines, dealing with armor and doing pretty well so that he can maintain upkeep very easily, has a lot extra, and that's really good to hear. I'm always kind of curious because I haven't heard from anybody who's been doing well by selling goods to other players on the server, so it's good to hear that that is a viable thing. It's a thing that can happen here on this server. So let me, actually, you know what, I want to go back down here really quick. So I wanted to see if this went anywhere. Couldn't quite tell at a glance. No. Okay, cool. So we'll head right back out here. So he's also been working on a road with another Alliance member. There is a road that's going from Bad Boy Industries here that does connect all the way to Moor's Rest, and they plan on hooking that up with guard towers and some buildings with forges, and basically having even altars at a lot of these places. So a nice safe path for people to travel along. And then they also will be completing one that goes from here back to Thunder Bay. And so that will end up being one long road connecting from Moor's all the way up to Thunder Bay, which is pretty far. And that could be pretty cool. Very interested in checking that out once that's complete. But I want to run through this building a little bit because it's very large. At least it's very long, and I'm assuming they're all connected. But I can't get through that door. Let's go ahead and go back down here. Sometimes it delays a second, so I'm like, are you gonna open? No? Yes? No? Okay. But it looks like this might all be connected through here. Okay, ran the length of the building. A lot of storage down there. Let's see what's going on here. Got the cart. Forge stuff going on. You got the ladder here. Another coffin. Cool. And I'm assuming, do we have access to these? Probably not. This probably connects into a room that, yeah, no access. So anyway, that's cool. We can actually go, let's go up here. Yeah. Let's check this out. Climb up. There you go. This is all wide open, and, oh, check that out. That's cool. And this is a bridge. That's interesting. So we were kind of looking at this. Coconut back in Weemdale, he was thinking about doing a bridge that connected over to the side of his house, and I wasn't sure you could do that. I wasn't sure you could actually connect a bridge from the terrain over to a building, because I thought, well, these are kind of tile based and they have a very set height and the terrain can vary. But anyway, there you go. It looks like it even has a slight angle to it. But that's really good to know you can do that. That's pretty sweet. You got a bear rug here, you got altar. Got a couple altars over here, chests. Very cool. Let's actually drop back down this way. You got beds. This is where we were before. So we can kind of see that's the area we don't have access to. Path goes over. Actually, that probably just goes right into the other room. So for some reason that opening, there's no access to that, but that's cool. No biggie. We're just taking a quick tour. Let's see if we can hop out the backside here. Nope, those are locked. We're just going to go ahead and find our way back out of here if we can. I passed the door. Here we go. Cool. Yeah, this is a pretty cool setup. There's a Silver Glade is another settlement off in that direction over there. It looks like their deed corners actually kind of touch back in that direction. And then we have to the southeast, somewhat in that direction, we have Lakeview, which I would have to run inland to see that. And I think we're going to go ahead and head back out to the boat, try to continue our journey while we still have some sun above us.